Hello, guys. Welcome back. Day 4 of digital learning. And I don't know if any of you have heard the governor's announcement yet or not, but it looks like we will not be going back to school until at least April 17th. So we'll have 3 weeks of this after spring break, and we'll see how it all goes, I guess. But keeping up, guys. Um, I know we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Luckily, we did not have that much new material left. We have one new thing left, and then so we'll be able to do the rest of the time reviewing. And I have very in-depth study guides for both micro and the macro test, and we'll go through those. Man, we'll just get on Google Meet every class period, and I'll answer any questions. We'll go through all the stuff. I'll put little videos explaining like a section at a time or something, and then we can ask questions about it. But we'll get through this all together, guys. We'll just work on it, and we'll take care of business. And still have you guys ready for the AP exam when they are in May, or if they, and who knows what College Board's going to do? They might actually push them back a week, or who knows what anything is going to be going on by May. But I do know that we'll be um, out until April 17th. Governor Hutchinson announced that today in his meeting. So after we got tomorrow, or today, I guess, since this video is for Friday, then we do get a week off for spring break. So, guys, go out, enjoy your spring break, and everything. Really was good to see the 12 13 of you or so that I saw on Google Meet yesterday. We're going to do that again on tomorrow, and it'll be all foreign exchange. So um, hopefully you guys will draw the graphs. You've drawn the graphs, or you're working on the graphs that I put on there for you Wednesday. Go ahead and draw them up, and as you can see on my screen here, I graphed out all the graphs, and I will share these with you guys. So just explain number one real quick so you can see what I kind of did. So question number one on the worksheet was, let's say first I'll remember label is appreciating or depreciating in value, and what will happen to U.S. exports after the change. So question one there, U.S. dollars and the Mexican peso. So I have pesos per dollar, dollars per peso. So drug wars in Mexico cause U.S. tourists to stay away from Mexico. So what's going to happen in the foreign exchange market? The demand for pesos will fall because no one's going to Mexico. So if I decrease the demand for pesos, remember, if you shift demand in one graph, you have to shift supply in the other. They move the same direction. One currency depreciates, one currency appreciates. You have to remember those three rules. If you remember the three rules, you should not miss any of these questions. And everything. So, but here we got the demand for pesos will fall since no one's traveling to Mexico. So if I decrease the demand for pesos, I have to decrease the supply of dollars in the market, because no one's putting dollars in the market to buy pesos. So since the supply of dollars decreased, the value of the dollar will increase. So the dollar appreciated. So I put APP next to the currencies that appreciated. Put DEP depreciate next to the currencies that are depreciating. So the dollar appreciated, the peso depreciated. And then the second part of the question, which I haven't put on here because I wanted to talk to you guys and have you guys talk through it instead of just coming up with it. But so here on question one, the last part of it says, what happens to U.S. exports? So if the dollar is stronger compared to the peso, what's going to happen to U.S. exports to Mexico? And our exports to Mexico will decrease, because if the dollar is stronger, that means our goods are more expensive. So the Mexican citizens won't be able to buy American goods. So the exports will fall. All right. So make sure you do that on the other 9 questions. And like I said, I have all 10 of them graphed out here, and I'll share those with you guys in classrooms so you can see how I drew the graphs. Make sure you've labeled them. So remember, euros per dollar. So whatever is on the bottom, that's the quantity. So this is my dollar market. This one's dollars per euro. So that's my euro market. Make sure you labeled your supply and demand curves. You guys got to get, I was grading the last FRQs. Some of you guys, you drew the graphs correctly, but you're going to lose a point when the College Board grades them because you didn't label. Make sure you get used to labeling. Put supply and demand on everything. Label all the lines you draw. Just get used to doing that so they really know that you understand what's going on. All right, so we have those. And guys, I will log in tomorrow at 9:30. 9:30 to 11 is my office hours for tomorrow. Actually, no, that's not right. It's 9:15 to 10:45. So I'll be logged in by 9:15 for an hour and a half. Log in. I'll send the link to you guys for Google Meet. You can log in. If you have any questions about anything, I can explain them. Some people just dropped in to say hello yesterday. That was cool. Also, I like seeing you guys, faces. Talk to you face to face. So please log in if you have any questions. And then for tomorrow, what we have left for tomorrow, you're going to have your exit ticket question again for attendance. This needs to be done by 4:00 tomorrow so I can mark your attendance. I think there was only a few people that didn't do it already and so from Wednesday, I need you to get that done tonight sometimes because I have to have attendance finalized by 8:00 in the morning. I emailed those of you that hadn't done it yet, and I know someone has already emailed me back with their completed ticket. So check your email if you're not sure if you did it or not. But this is for Friday, so they want us to try to get attendance before spring break done. So if you guys could get this sent to me, but just the exit ticket by 4:00 tomorrow, that would be awesome. So it's a foreign exchange question. You just write out your answer. And so I made it try to make it little current events, explain what is happening to the value of the dollar in the foreign markets with everyone canceling all of their out of country travel right now. And then follow up, will this help or hurt the value of the US dollar? So that's your exit ticket question. Then this is the graded assignment. So these are all multiple choice questions from different AP workbooks and everything that I put together. No, you're doing all the graphing practice. These questions apply to the graphs. So on the multiple choice test, on the test, there are not a lot of them where they show you the graph, but these are all related to the graphing questions. So if you understand what's going on in the graph, you can answer these questions. You guys can work on this tomorrow. This is not a quiz grade. This is just classwork. So if you're stuck on something, jump on and ask me on Google Meet, and we'll talk through it. But this is what you'll need to turn in. And since it's a classwork, this is what you're supposed to get 48 hours to do. So this will actually be due the Monday after spring break, because you don't have to work over spring break, right? But so there's 10 questions about foreign exchange. Right? And then after spring break, since we're going to be out to the 17th, we do need to do review for foreign exchange. We actually got to finish the unit up. So the last thing we have to talk about is supply and demand when there's a tariff. What happens when there's tariffs, when there's quotas, or when there's an embargo, interruption of free trade, and all that. So we'll talk about that on Monday too. And then I will share some foreign exchange FRQs with you. They really like them, guys. They really like foreign exchange as an FRQ. So we got to do some FRQ practice. I'm gonna have to just trust you you're doing it at home. I will send one. I will convert it to a Google Doc where you can answer it and then send it back to me, and we'll figure out how to do the graphing part. If there's a graphing part, I'll ask people. I'm sure there's some way to do it, but we'll figure it out. We'll work through all this together. And so then the last thing I want you to do, I'm going to share There's the little ACDC econ that's just foreign exchange, just Mr. Clifford explaining foreign exchange graphs. I think that's about a 5-minute video. So I'm going to share that with you guys too. So you can watch that if you have any questions. And we'll look forward to seeing some of you guys on Google Meet tomorrow. Make sure that you finish the exit ticket by 4 o'clock tomorrow night, just so we can get attendance done and not have to worry about it over spring break. I don't want you, I don't know if you guys are going anywhere, but want you to be able to relax the best you can and not have anything lingering over your head. So if you can at least get your exit tickets done by Monday, or excuse me, by tomorrow by 4 p.m., then we can all be done with that. And then you guys, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good spring break. But I hope to see some of you guys tomorrow between 9:30 and 11. Google Meet, and then I'll log in a couple more times during the day, like I did yesterday or did on Wednesday. For those of you that aren't up by 9:30 or anything yet, so have a good break, guys.